you a recovering perfectionist and suffer from the inability of thinking that nothing is ever good enough? It's okay. The first step is admitting. I'm going to help you reframe any patterns of perfectionism by uncovering where it may have originated from, while also allowing you to see the positive aspects of it so you can harness its power.
These civilizations are incredibly advanced, using technologies that interface with consciousness, and that we can make contact. As civilians, we do not have to wait for the governments to do it. The universe is really folded within each one of us.
What's up, guys? I'm Nick the Mystic, a cosmic being here on an Earth mission to help remind you of who you truly are. First things first, let's unlayer some potential aspects of where your perfectionistic tendencies may have first developed. Number one, perfection equals protection. Protection from punishment, ridicule, or any form of abuse that you may have experienced as a child or in adolescence. Number two, having a highly critical parent. Using things like sports, school, or any talents and abilities as your way of receiving love based on how well you performed. Number three, a fear of messing it up or getting it wrong. If you grew up in an environment where it wasn't safe for you to make mistakes, for you to make messes, or to truly be a kid, your nervous system was trained to be on high alert and your spirit contained, and you subconsciously learned how to play small and dim your light so it wouldn't put attention on you. If I don't make a mistake, nothing bad can happen to me. Allow yourself to meditate and go back into your childhood to see if there were any specific events that may have happened to create a hypervigilance of your own performance in order to stay safe and unharmed. Be really gentle with yourself in this process, as it may bring up a lot of wounds, and allow yourself to just journal and process out what that made you feel like. Feel the feelings from that version of you that wound originated from. Oftentimes when we're very young and we're being free and we're being a kid and we're being our bright light, and then it's not received well, or it's too big, or it's too much, or it's too messy, or too uncontained, we learned pretty quickly that being our bright light wasn't okay. So just be gentle with yourself as you allow yourself to go into these places where these original wounds came from. Okay, now let's look at the positives of perfectionism and how it can be a beneficial trait. Okay, number one, first off, perfectionism may straight up be in your natal chart, your human design, or your numerology. The perfectionists are the builders, the architects, the intentional creators, the world-renowned coaches, the highly attuned artists to detail, and everything is made at a high level and standard. Number two, you take pride in what you do, who you be, and how you show up. There is strength in that, and it shows that you want to be your best self while also subconsciously giving the invitation for others to do the same. Number three, you become a master in your craft instead of a Joe Schmo being haphazardly okay at a lot of things, but not really ever excelling in any particular thing. People want to do business with people who are a master at their craft or who are confident in what they can deliver. And number four, at a deep level, it shows how much you care. The amount of energy, time, heart, and effort you put into something is something to be proud of and is received by others because they can feel it based on the energy that you emit. Where we want to create a healthy balance and relationship to perfectionism. Use perfectionism as an invitation to be your highest versions and let go of it being something to define how well you performed or constantly analyzing what you could have done better. It is great in business and creates a high level of standard and integrity, but it is not great in interpersonal relationships or in the relationship with yourself. Take pride in how well you do things and that you have high standards, while also letting yourself be messy and human and new at something, aka not the best. That one can be an ego death, considering perfectionists want to be the best at everything. So allow yourself to be new at things, allow yourself to not be good at things, and be okay with that. You aren't meant to be amazing at everything. And that doesn't mean that just because you're not amazing at everything, that those things aren't enjoyable. How can you enjoy the novelty of something, the newness of something, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing at something? And allow yourself to grow through those situations, because that's where soul evolution comes from, is from the willingness to not be good at something. That is something I had to really face with my YouTube channel, was realizing that it wasn't gonna be my absolute best. And that was like a full-on ego death of, I need to know how to do this, I need to know how to do that, I need it to be the best. Like everything I need to do has to be like my best absolute self. And so while I still feel I am operating at a lot of perfectionistic tendencies that can make my life a lot easier, I'm learning how to really receive and appreciate those aspects of myself that want to be good at things, that want to be my best version, that want people to see me in my highest essence and my highest energy. So being able to look at the positive traits has really allowed me to release any judgments of myself of perfectionism, because I think there's a lot of judgment in perfectionism. And one thing that I notice myself with noticing this pattern is feeling like it's this interesting subconscious fear of not wanting to be too bright, because we know, again, from our past, our subconscious knows from our past that when we have been too bright and that brightness wasn't well received, it created those situations of feeling afraid to be too much or to mess it up or to not have it in the ways that our parents or teachers or coaches or whoever was the leader in our life at the time. We've been so physically focused to meet the standards of everyone outside of us that it creates this impossibility loop of ever meeting anyone's needs, because everyone's needs, demands, and standards are completely different based on their own life experience, based on the people who taught them. That was a mouthful, but you feel the energy and truth in that, and why perfectionism is such a intense energy to untangle from. And it's okay to not be the best. It's okay to make messes. It's okay to get it wrong, and it's okay to be amazing. And it's okay to be in a vibe of wanting the best possible results. We get to have it all. If you have felt trapped by the energies of perfectionism and have ridiculed yourself over it, or felt that you needed to do something differently, I hope this video helped you to see the positive aspects of it so you can reframe your relationship to it while learning how to be easier with yourself and embrace the messiness of life. Life is just art that is wanting to be lived through you. So will you let yourself experience the magic of it? Life is art. Art is messy. Messy is perfection. Thanks so much for tuning in and hanging out with me. If this message resonated with you, please like, comment, or subscribe, and let's continue vibing. I love you in all of your messiness. 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 Okay, love you, bye.